Hey everybody, it's Dev, 1/5 of RER Recording. Don't forget, if you enjoy this stuff, to like, comment, and subscribe. We also have a Facebook. You'll find us at facebook.com/y'allrecording and on Twitter at y'allrecording. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Welcome back to another episode of RER Recording. We're back, and it's Halloween time, kids.
Ooh. That wasn't even planned, and we all did that at the same time.
Except Phil, his sounded more like Doctor Who.
Actually, it did. You're right. Damn. Or, you know a way you can make a really good ghost noise? Is if you start up here and go, ooh. Because
He moved the mic.
it declines the further... Yeah, it makes it further away.
Mm. Fascinating.
Yeah, basically.
And that was Phil's mic speak for the day. Yeah, apparently he's got all kinds of...
Listen, like I said, that last episode took a lot out of me.
He got super into
What
his
do you
terrible
mean?
villain.
We're only making one episode today. This is the first episode.
Oh my god.
The other one was
You're
You've
right.
broken the
You're right.
facade of mysteriousness that we have cultivated over the past months.
The sad thing is, you know the funny thing is, we've been doing this for, as of this episode, 2 years.
That's correct.
Also, as of the last episode, because it was an hour ago.
Kill the facade. Completely kill it. Yes, we record ahead of time. No, but yeah,
We're not broadcasting this?
not yet.
We should never, ever do this live.
Why not?
No one's
Fine.
gonna sit through that.
You don't think anybody would sit through us live?
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised.
Philip goes off on like
The weirdest-
tangents, and so does Wyatt about his trees.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to listen to that.
Trees
Wyatt,
matter.
you and I... Okay. You and I should make our own thing where we just talk about nothing constantly.
I can't wait to see these two go live.
Fascinating.
But yeah, it's Halloween time. We've been doing this for 2 years, unsuccessfully, and
Más o menos.
but this time, we started talking about our own horror stories. The first episode years back. But this time, let's talk about the grand thing that is Halloween. What's best about it? What do we enjoy about this whole month? That we use a whole month to celebrate it instead of just the day.
Slutty costumes.
I have a really cute Halloween collar for my cat.
That went in two different directions.
It has a pumpkin on it. It's
Actually,
super cute.
that can go in the same direction if you do it right.
I don't think she meant it to go in that same direction. Maya went and she took a hard left. Like a hard left.
And I took a hard right.
I was gonna say you kept going
Right.
straight. There was a turn that you missed.
Oh, okay. That usually happens.
But she took enough lefts to get right back on point.
Yep.
That's how that works.
As long as I get to where I'm going.
But Halloween. There's something to say about this holiday. It's usually my favorite time of year for several reasons. I don't really care for any other holiday. Thanksgiving is just a good day to get fat. Christmas is something we'll talk about another time.
Oh my gosh, I get so into Christmas.
I don't.
Why are you talking like
I
that?
don't know.
All that pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
I feel like I embrace my inner white girl. When
Oh my god.
Hashtag blessed.
It's like, oh my god, that is so me. That's an egg. Hashtag me, bitches. Or
No, hashtag same.
So I just want to get a feel for the room and see how, because I know it's my favorite time of year, and I know everybody enjoys it, but I just want to see how everybody feels about the holiday of Halloween itself and what it does for you. Let's start with one of the ladies this time.
It's a great time to use my art skills to draw a pentagram and summon all the demons of the underworld. Making sacrifices and running Skyclad in the forest. So,
I remember you invite us over next week, but I I think I forgot something. I think I double scheduled. We
Oh,
can't come
sure?
over.
Oh, well, we can always do it another time.
I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Why? We got that thing we got to go to, right?
It's like
That's the thing that we
it's
have to do.
like, we can reschedule for sometime after November 1st.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think we're gonna be busy that
Well,
day
the winter
as well.
solstice is also coming up, and so that's also a great time. And,
I think I'm gonna be busy for the next eternity. So.
Yeah.
No, I decorate my house with really cute decorations. I got a little black cat that's holding a pumpkin over my fireplace,
Oh.
and I have a light up fake pumpkin that's very happy, smiley. He's like, "Yay, it's Halloween!" And that is all. I'm going as a crazy cat lady this year, so.
With wild hair and everything.
Yeah, I gotta have. I have these like really big cat beanie babies for my childhood, and I'm gonna like sew them on to like a nightgown, and then I'm gonna wear some slippers, and then I'm gonna like mat my hair up. It's gonna be great. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's actually really great.
That is really good.
I'm super excited.
So what is Forrest gonna be? Is he gonna be a counterpoint?
He has not decided yet, but I'm trying to convince him to go as like a crazy old man, like so.
Get off
'cause-
my lawn.
Yeah, like pull his pants up to like up to his chest, and like, but yeah, the jury's still out on that one.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
That's great. I love it.
So what does Halloween do for you, Maya?
So I was almost a Halloween baby. I failed and was born a day early, so I suck. But so yeah, my birthday is the day before Halloween, so I've always really enjoyed Halloween, because it's just great. It's spooky and creepy and wonderful. But I don't really do anything for Halloween anymore. Like I decorated my cubicle at work, and like. So some of the older ladies will like make comments. So most of the ladies are like, "Oh, it's so great, it's wonderful." So they've started like decorating their cubicles. But there's this one lady in particular who
Is her name Karen?
I don't know her name.
Oh.
Like,
How do you work in the same office?
so I recently moved cubicles, so I was in one part of it was the same floor, but like anyways, I moved and I'm near a different team.
Mhm.
So everyone around me is a completely different team, and I don't know most of them. So anyways, she's an older church lady, and she always has to talk about God when she's near me, because I think she thinks I'm a witch. She may or may not be right. But yeah, so like my cube mate asked her if she was decorating her cube for Halloween. She's like, I don't do that. That's the devil. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to keep my creepy devil decorations because fuck you.
Hail Satan.
But yeah, I've always liked Halloween. You know, I used to get more into it, you know, when I was younger and didn't have responsibilities. But I don't know, it's fun. Like Inktober is a thing that happens
I am failing at that.
in October. Yeah, like it's been overwhelming for me, and plus I've been working a lot, so I just kind of like haven't, but I should.
What about you?
Holidays have been less and less. Most of the time, I don't even know when the holiday is.
He doesn't even know what day it is right now.
Sunday.
Right?
No, it's Wednesday.
No, it's not. I know this because I thought yesterday was Friday, but I was wrong. Yeah, so
holidays don't really register for you anymore.
yeah, like they're more of a hassle. Like Thanksgiving, I gotta get out the house, make several stops at several families' house, and then Christmas. Sometimes I just be wanting to stay at home, but I still gotta go see family. So I gotta get out the house, and like I just want to stay home and be cold. So like Christmas Eve is probably my favorite holiday right now.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Not even Christmas Day, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Wow. That makes me sad.
New Year's is pretty cool too.
I don't even think about New Year's. I sleep. I'm in bed before midnight.
Yeah, my bedtime's like
Because you
10
got
o'clock. I'm
a
like, I'm
ticket last New Year's.
Motherfucker. No.
Wasn't it because you're
Nah.
He was moving weight.
Gotta run that dope. No.
I mean, like cookie dough.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't do New Year's. My pudding needs to be at the house before everything goes down. I'll be asleep. I'll call y'all on the first.
Like, I guess for me, like, New Year's is, I like New Year's because I only do one thing different than I normally would. That's stand in front of the TV and be like, yay! And then I go on with my life. Right? Like, New Year's lasts all of 10 seconds.
That's true.
And that's for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
All the balls drop at that time.
Mm.
All right, now there's no need for that.
No, so Halloween just for you, it's like, yeah, it could go.
Like, I like costume making. Haven't made a costume this year. Yeah, because we never do anything or go anywhere.
Man, we're pretty lame. We need friends.
I would like to go to like a costume party.
Mm.
Someone doesn't like costume parties. Someone doesn't like costume parties.
I don't like people. Why would I go to a group of people that are pretending to not be them?
I'm going to your costume party.
All right, you can come. Yeah.
I mean, that would be different, right?
If Forrest isn't dressed up as an old man, will you come as an old man? So
Get that spray gray, get a good
Yeah.
streak.
Oh yeah, you can like part it on
Yeah.
side.
So you actually look like Mr. Glass. I can find a wheelchair. I will come. No. Phil, what do you enjoy about Halloween?
Just like the spirit of the holiday. People it's more along the lines of I really like the month because it's supposed to be cold,
But we're in Texas.
but we're in Texas and Texas decides that it wants to be.
But weather's been doing some funky stuff.
That's just
lately,
because Florida is being hit with a hurricane.
Yeah.
That's true. No,
It's a hurricane that's also
The whole
attacking my
East Coast
door.
is having a hard time.
And that's unfortunate, but we're getting that fall weather right now, so I mean that's something to appreciate.
Yeah, just the general spirit of October, like
It's the season that I like. It's like
fall.
fall, and I think it's like I don't put too much stock into like astrology or what is it? The
Astronomy?
people's
Right.
signs. Is that right?
Astrology.
Astrology. Yeah.
Yeah, but I am a Scorpio, and like you were all about regeneration and rebirth, and like that's what the season is.
Mhm.
Is everything's dying or going into hibernation to be reborn in the spring.
What's weird about my sign is I'm a Sagittarius, but my like element's fire, but it's December, and so I'm just very confusing.
This is all kinds of confused.
It's like we're trying to counterbalance the
what?
cold or something.
I didn't know you were Sagittarius, but it makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my mom's a Sagittarius, and you're both like really happy and like positive people.
Yeah.
We're just like,
Everybody else,
just want to love everyone.
everybody else gets to live their signs. I am nothing like my sign
No.
because Leos are bold and arrogant. I don't have time for that shit.
Well, Wyatt is a Capricorn, and he's supposed to be like hardworking and like.
Oh,
I'm
burn.
trying to be entrepreneurial.
You're a bum.
Yeah,
You're a career
I'm
bum.
I'm a career bum.
That went dark quickly. But that's what we do at RER Recording. Everything gets dark. Like me.
He
Sorry?
disappears in photos.
I do disappear in photos. You know how hard it is to do these Stardust reviews? I have to make sure lights are on. So
You
it's
gotta
not-
get the big ring going.
yeah, so
What you don't actually see is he has like those giant camera lighting things.
White boxes.
Oh my
the
gosh,
white boxes.
though. If a picture of me gets taken when I'm under the sun, it's like an aura is coming off of my head. It's like, choo! It's like, oh my god.
What's that line from Lord of the Rings? Gondor calls for aid.
Oh yeah. I'm a beacon.
Yeah, the beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
All my friends could find me in the halls because they're like, oh, gold! So.
for me, like Phil, I enjoy the month entirely. Plus, I have a lot of things that I'm doing during that month. It's like I have my movie reviews. I had to catch up yesterday. I was like 2 movies behind. And Follow me on Stardust at DevTheDoc. But I think it's just because I enjoy that general atmosphere too. It's just, you know, the costumes, and everybody seems to enjoy what the holiday. Well, most people, excuse me. Let me put it that way. Most people enjoy what the holidays about. If you know the true history of it all, it can be a little disconcerting.
Holidays are complete BS. All of them are wrong. Whatever we've been taught, it's history is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And it's like we change it to what we want it to be at the end of the day. And because I enjoy horror, of course, this is my favorite time of the month, even time of year. So October I love all the way through. But anybody have any fun? I won't get dark, but fun Halloween memories.
I mean, back in my partying days, there were lots of cool Halloween parties where lots of alcohol was consumed. That's about it.
Just party stories.
Yeah, party stories.
Every holiday is a damn party story. You know, you get wasted for Halloween, you get wasted for New Year's, you get wasted for St. Pat's.
Well, Devin, it only happens once a year. I mean,
Do we need to start getting wasted on Easter?
Yes. I mean, some of us do.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Gotta celebrate them bunnies. Something about coming back from the dead.
There's some type of resurrection going on that night. Sorry, it opened
why are
up.
you like this?
I had
Why
to
has
take
it got to be like that?
I had to take it. It was. We still have yet to talk about how Batman touched me.
Hopefully, we never will. Just leave it at that.
I remember going trick-or-treating with my dad, and then my dad taking all of my candy, and him calling me weird because I didn't like candy.
Then what are you trick or treating for if you didn't like candy?
For my dad.
You're a patsy to get all the candy.
Because an adult going door to door
Yeah.
seems a little weird.
No,
Oh,
we've had
they're-
some they're like teenagers or
Yeah.
something. Because we had we passed out candy last year,
Mhm.
and like no one came until like after like really late.
Yeah.
When like the trunk or treat shit was over.
Trunk or treat?
Yeah.
That's whenever you go
Yeah,
to like a
they're
church
doing
or a
that now.
school
Yeah.
instead of going out door to door. A bunch of people like put a bunch of
danger.
candy in their
Get
trunks.
some candy from some cars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna trust that.
Yeah.
Halloween is the only time you're allowed to accept candy from strangers.
Yeah, and even then they're like, well, watch out. They could have razor blades in your children's candy. So all the parents are like, ah! So it's just, yeah. It's,
I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were saying that they had put restrictions on Halloween, meaning if you are over the age of 12 and you don't have a kid with you, or someone under the age of 12 with you, you can't go trick-or-treating.
how are they going to restrict
Yeah.
that shit?
It might be in like someone's community, like they're.
I was gonna be like,
okay,
hey,
yeah.
you can have police officers on every street. Hey.
Like
All
kids that age
Let me
don't
see your
have
ID.
IDs.
I don't have
so
one.
That,
like,
and
yeah.
it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like my 10-year-old niece looks like she's like 15. So
It's like,
like,
wait, no,
yeah.
I can't. I don't know. You know what? Take the damn candy. Oh, another thing that I enjoyed about this month is back in the day, and I think I mentioned this before, all the cool Halloween specials and stuff come on TV. Well, they don't do it anymore. Not even just the movies, but stuff like Most Haunted Places on Earth. I used to love that show.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
And then stuff like that happens. And I'm like, why is Charlie Brown in my shit? I don't know, I've never been into Peanuts and all that, but I read it in the Sunday paper, that was it. But I used to enjoy getting up on Saturdays and spending all day in front of the TV watching stuff like, you know, Most Haunted Places on Earth, and nowadays it's what, Ghost Adventures and... What's
The
your
guy who's like, "Come at me, ghost! Fight me! If you would fight me if you weren't a bitch."
Wait 30 seconds, still no response.
or, "Hey, what's up, Ghost? It's your boy," which probably is more along the lines of today.
Probably. I don't watch those shows anymore because they're just not good.
We used to watch Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters was you and Dad's show.
Yeah, like we love that show.
Did they ever get any definitive proof on episodes?
Yeah, they went. I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember. You don't believe in Ghost, Wyatt?
I believe in ghosts, but a lot of their stuff was like either like way too over the top, or it's like, oh yeah, I could have recreated that.
Well, it's like the house will shift, and they'll go, oh, and they'll like run through the house, like, no, they're gonna get me.
I think my favorite one for that was there was a live episode they did on Halloween at a prison.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this? They had
that wrestler. They had that wrestler. No, they had a wrestler come on, right? I completely forgot about this. They had a wrestler come on for Halloween, and they were in a hallway, and they were sitting there just talking to each other like normal and everything, and then like there was like a slam next to them, and the wrestler freaked out. Like he jumped up, started screaming, threw two dudes in front of him, and while he ran away. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my god.
No, but there's also that other time that they were in a prison, and they had a standing night vision cam on one cell block on the second floor. So you see the railing here, the doors on the other side. And something happened, and you see something shoot off into the distance, but you can clearly see that somebody had a black blanket on. And you see feet running away from the night vision camera. I'm like, oh, and you did this on a live episode?
Yeah. There was one thing, because it was not only me and Dad were into it, but Giro was into it as well. So there was 1 year, because we had planned on watching it together at his house, but Mom wanted me here. So I didn't go over to his house. So we discovered that they had a live stream, not only on the TV, but you can also watch it on the site. So they had like a bunch of different cameras set up where you, as the viewer at home, could switch through the different camera angles,
that's actually cool.
as well as like you can say, "Oh, I saw this on camera thing, this camera at this time," or whatever. So Giro, like nothing was happening or whatever, so Giro was like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go to sleep. So he went on there and typed in, I see a dead cat, hit enter, sent it, and then went to sleep. They were doing an interview in like the main hall or whatever, and one of the guys is like, after they finished the interview, was, alright guys, let's go get some dead cats, and then walks off. So someone had saw it, made a comment on it in live stream. The next day I went and told Gira, he was like, are you serious? That's amazing, I wrote that.
Wow.
So that's
But I
pretty
used
great.
to love those shows back in the day. I can't watch them now because one, I just don't have the time, and two, it's just ridiculous.
There's I used to watch the show Supernatural up until it got weird.
You mean after they defeated Lucifer?
Yeah, and there was an episode called Ghost Facers, and it's my favorite episode of all time.
that.
It's so ridiculous. But they ended up finding a real ghost, and it's perfect. Like it's one of the best episodes of TV.
So my mom recently finished the 13th season. I think that was the last season or something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
I think 14 starts.
Oh shit!
next week.
Yeah,
I thought
it will never die.
I thought they were gonna. Okay.
So like she just kind of watches it, when she's home.
Oh, tell Mom
And-
that Charm starts today.
There was
Oh,
no.
no.
One day I was like, I brought her some lunch, and I sat down and watched this episode with her, and it was like, I don't know, episode or into the later seasons. I sat down, I was like, what is this show? What is going on? Who are these people? I don't understand anything that's going on.
You have to at least recognize Sam and Dean.
Well, not obviously, but like all the rest of the characters, like the premise is like, I was like, all right, well, I'm done with my chicken. I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, I like watched for like 10 minutes. My mom was watching it a few weeks ago, and I was just like, Lucifer has a son, but he's like good, but then he's like bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And wait, she was just a baby like 2 days ago. What's happening? I don't know. Is this Twilight? What's going on? So,
I think it's just it's CW milking it, and they won't let the show die because it's It's good.
Yeah, they have diehard fans that'll never stop watching.
Mhm.
Not this guy though. Not this
Yeah,
guy.
I think I started season 13, but I haven't finished.
Mm.
I don't have time.
Mhm.
It's too many shows. But the shows were the biggest part for me because, even though I had my brother, that was the one thing that I focused on growing up because I love, especially horror history. So I know a lot about things I probably shouldn't know about. And that's why this month was a big deal because it was all being thrown at you all at once.
Mm.
So that's what I miss about Halloween because we don't seem to have that anymore. Everybody's like, yeah, it's Halloween, good night to get slutty and get messed up.
People don't even do
Pumpkin
decorations
flavored
anymore.
everything.
Yeah.
You can find
You want to try that again?
You can find pumpkin flavored everything.
You're
There's
about to
pumpkin
say
spice
pumpkin.
Cheerios. Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I think I hate that idea.
Yeah,
and I
think
hate you
do
for
too.
telling me that.
Oh, sorry. It existed since last year. I saw it and I was like, oh god, no.
I know they have like an orange orange cream filled Oreo.
Mm.
Oh yeah, like creamsicle or whatever.
No, it's the
Well,
pumpkin.
the pumpkin.
Oh,
Pumpkin
I don't
Oreo.
know. There's
Pumpkin
every
everything.
Oreo has every kind of flavor.
And I feel like with you on this, Wyatt, that maybe marketing and monetization has kind of killed the holiday.
Mm. I think it's. I don't think it's quite marketing. You would think marketing would get people more pumped. I think that we're just maybe we're part of the generation, the two generations that celebrated Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if our parents celebrated Halloween.
Our parents just kind of took us out, and they were doing it for our sake. They didn't really celebrate it.
Yeah. So now we're all grown, and none of us wouldn't take our kids trick or treating and take them to a car and be done with it in 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, I don't decorate my front door or have candy on hand. I'm like, no one come and trick-or-treaters like that. And then, of course, most places, their kids are just like, well, we're going to go to this church and trunk or treat or whatever. Yeah. So it's just kind of dying out, really, because it's like, I remember my parents just being like, do you really want to go? I'm like, well, it's Halloween, so we have to. I'm dressed up as Pocahontas, so let's do this. So,
I think the only thing that still remains, is folks going to haunted houses. People do that all month.
Mm-hmm.
I knew some folks who worked haunted houses, and they are hardcore about it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a guy that works for. He does a lot of He works at the Renaissance Fair,
Mm-hmm.
and he stays in character at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's just talking to a friend that isn't going to be in character at all, he won't break character at all.
Mm.
But his girlfriend at the time went to the haunted house that he worked at, and she was like, "All right, it's perfectly fine. They're not allowed to touch you.
Mm-hmm.
They can get really close, but they're not allowed to touch you."
And guess what? This is one of those ones where they can't.
No, because she went to his haunted house, and she knows for a fact that they can't touch them. But he heard her say that, so he ran up to her, grabbed her, and bit her on the head, and then ran away. Because one, it's his girlfriend. You're not gonna you can't hug your girlfriend, and two, it's I just proved you wrong. Take that.
Oh man.
That's one thing I never really got to do is do the whole haunted house thing. Where my parents didn't celebrate the holiday like you said, and then
Because it's for the devil.
I remember.
Devil's gonna get
That's
you.
One thing that I always heard was especially because we're in Texas,
Mhm.
people honestly believe that Halloween is the devil's holiday,
Mhm.
and people who celebrate it are like
evil.
Devil
evil.
worship.
Yeah,
That
devil
Princess
worship.
Elsa is going to hell.
Is everyone's parents? Waterboy's
Oh
mom?
yeah, Waterboy's mom.
Is that what
That's
everyone's?
of the devil.
The devil.
You can't play the foosball. It's because of the devil.
You can't have
No,
pancakes
like
with
I had-
waffles in this house.
I
'cause
had
pancakes are the
friends
devil.
growing up whose parents wouldn't let them go trick or treating because they were like, "Oh no, that's from the devil." But if you think about it, because I was talking to your grandmother, and during her generation, Halloween was an excuse for people to target black people and haze them basically.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so I understand now that I'm older why their parent, my friends' parents, believed that they didn't want their kids out and about to be a target. So it makes sense, but still you can't equate the devil,
Yeah.
to something like
To
that.
the horrible human.
Yeah.
My parents were more concerned about the fact that I had an entire bag full of candy at my disposal that I would eat in 2 days. So I think my parents are like, "Oh, my kid's gonna die."
Hopped up on all that
Diabetic
sugar.
shock.
Yeah.
I remember one year for Halloween I went over to Caitlin's for Halloween dressed up as Dean Martin.
Oh,
You remember that year?
I do remember.
I was dressed up as Dean Martin.
I
and-
didn't get it. Like, I was
no,
like,
no one got it.
Yeah.
No one got it because we went out that night and we were going around. And some guy was like, "Oh, look, it's Michael Jackson." I looked at him. I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah."
Sure,
He just
let's
left.
go with that.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot my glove. I don't know. Yeah. Oh man.
I just thought it was hilarious. I had a fedora on. I had a cigar in my hand and like a white
I could see
white suit
I
Yeah.
could see
with a
that.
t-
And you look more like Michael Jackson than Dean Martin.
yeah, apparently.
Oh man.
It's just
Yeah, I remember.
I'd hate just because of generational circumstances that to see this holiday die.
Like even
Well-
even now, as far as like conventions go, like a lot of the horror conventions are like in the middle of the summer or
Yeah.
the spring.
Yeah.
We went what was it?
Gross.
Monster Con that happened in like
It was like
Yeah.
in March.
yeah.
Yeah. So like now our generation is taking over. Horror is spread throughout the year. You know.
As opposed to just centralized October.
Yeah, but we're losing October.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of salty about that because finally I have the tech to make amazing costumes and
Yeah, I
no one
think
wants to party,
honest-
no one celebrates.
honestly, I think that all the holidays are getting stretched out. I mean, there's already like Christmas stuff out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I was-
so
I
it's
was
just
about
like,
to mention
I think it's
that.
just that our generation just doesn't want to have holidays restricted to one day. They're like, just give us all the holidays all the time. Like, let's just make everyday holidays.
No, it's not even that. It's the last generation is the ones who put out all the Christmas stuff before Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
I know
Oversaturation.
when mom's ready after Halloween, she's ready to put up lights.
It's all our parents'
So can we
fault.
at least get
everything.
the-
Yeah,
Get
everything.
2
It's all
Thanksgiving
the
first?
damn boomers.
Yeah, those baby boomers ruining everything.
I know whenever I get around to having kids, you know, I'll teach them to enjoy this holiday, but I'm one of a few, you know, that I hate to see this holiday die out because we enjoy it, and and yeah, we don't want it to be restricted to just one night.
That's
But-
why Dia de los Muertos is like right afterwards.
Yeah,
And it's
but-
2 days
yeah,
long.
it's like
Just
2
keep
days
it going.
afterwards.
Just keep it going.
I don't want to see this holiday die because, you know,
I think the thing about this holiday especially is that we really, like, and what you guys have been saying, we don't really have any meaning to it anymore. Like, people go, why do we celebrate Halloween? Everyone's like, I don't know.
Fucking
Right.
sugar!
Yeah, like every other holiday, it's like, well, there's this historical event, Thanksgiving. Oh, well, Jesus, Christmas, and Easter, you know,
Yeah.
things like that, and Independence and New Year, and but Halloween is just kind of is this ambiguous idea that everyone used to have a very clear idea about what it was about, but now it's just kind of like, oh, it's just an excuse to dress up and get some candy. So,
I think within the next 100 years, we're going to see a shift in all of the holidays, right? So, like, even like Martin Luther King Day, right? That used to be, you know, a big holiday.
and black folks
for-
will definitely shoot the take off if they can.
yeah,
No
but
matter
like,
what job they work. Oh, it's Martin Luther King Day.
but like now it's like, oh shit, mail doesn't deliver today. It's a holiday. You know?
I'm expecting
I was
that.
supposed to go to the bank.
But like Labor Day, Memorial Day, like we used to have like barbecues, like when I was a kid, and
I think
Yeah,
folks, they still do that for like the 4th.
yeah, it's just the 4th now, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't smell as much barbecue around the town.
No,
Yeah.
I don't either.
yeah, people go nowadays. It's kind of like, oh yeah, 4th of July is this week, huh. And before it was like 2 weeks before, it's like we have all our flags up, and like we're inviting people over to our barbecue. We have plans to go see fireworks, and that's just kind of like, do you want to go see fireworks? Yeah, I guess. Where are they doing it?
Can we watch them
we
online?
can see it from here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what me and my friends did this year. We went out and we were like gonna go to this like whole event in Plano, and then we're like, we were like by this chain link fence, and we're like, well, I mean, we can see it, so let's just put our chairs here. Where the car's right there, so we'll be getting out a bit sooner than anyone. So yeah, it was just we were like, yeah, that's fine.
That's better than what I did this year. This year I went over to my cousin's house, and we weren't allowed to have actual fireworks, like anything. So all we had was sparklers and smoke bombs, in which I stained his driveway because I lit the smoke bomb, and then the wind took it and it started to roll as it popped. So it popped, stained his driveway blue, and it kept rolling. Oh, that was a good use of that. Thank you.
It's okay, American. Just get a red one. And just
Yeah.
And then write America.
America.
But like even like Thanksgiving, like most people make multiple stops.
Oh my gosh, I love Thanksgiving because I make like 10 pies, and I'm just like, pies for everyone, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Caitlin, your pies are so great. I'm like, hey, thanks. So that's why I like Thanksgiving.
But don't they come to your house, take some pie, and leave?
Yeah.
Okay, it was like, I baked you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie flavor.
It's just National Get Fat Day.
Oh no, well, it's exactly what it is.
But like,
That everyone participates on.
Yeah, I figure that's going to just turn into Family Day within the next 100 years.
So like, Christmas in Japan is solely commercial. Like there's almost no like birth of Jesus.
Yeah, well, it's because
going to church and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have
It's not their
religion.
religion.
Christianity.
Yeah.
They're
But
Shinto.
no, I mean they're Christians there.
Well, yeah, but
even
like
then,
it's
like
the majority
holiday,
is
kind of. The holiday is all about buying gifts and like KFC.
Yeah, no, it's not even kidding.
They love KFC.
But that's what it's gonna end up being here. It's gonna lose its like religious value or historical value and just be all about the commercial.
I mean,
And
Our
get another
generation-
Cyber Monday out of it.
Yeah. I mean, especially
I could
because
say something.
our generation is like the first generation where I think the majority of the population in our generation are like secular. They don't like have like, they're like, oh well, I'm spiritual, or I'll go to church with my family, but like there's not like I am a diehard Christian or you know whatever. So
if you're in the Bible Belt, that's a different story.
yeah, that's true. I do know some people.
But you hate to see, and it is just a generational thing, as we move on in time, certain traditions get lost.
Well, like Halloween is a really good example. Like there was a reason for like going around and like asking for treats and stuff. Like walking around with your little what did they use, radishes or something as little lanterns? Yeah, so like it was for the veil or whatever of the dead crossing over, keeping spirits and stuff away or at ease. But I mean, science now. So
what if like it's all true, like we're just barely keeping them at bay. Like the first year we don't celebrate Halloween, just pure chaos. Just deaths start rising, there's ghosts everywhere.
Or it's kind of like Elf, where like there isn't enough holiday spirit, so like the spirits are like slowly sinking through. Excuse me.
Sounds like
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I'm good. I kind of got some phlegm. But like maybe that's like why everything's kind of going to shit now.
it's already happening. I'm sorry.
Just slowly over the course of
Yeah.
100 years.
This sounds like a good premise for Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You have to
There's
believe.
Believe in Halloween.
There's hole in ozone layer because we don't celebrate Halloween hard enough.
Although, like I said, I know for me, I will teach them probably what all holidays are for, when it gets to that holiday. But Halloween specifically in my house will be a thing. I don't know if we're going to, do the whole trick-or-treating thing. But, yeah, it will definitely be a thing. And we will probably make a tradition of watching Halloween on Halloween. So,
Halloween on Halloween.
And Devin Jr. is going to be very traumatized at the age of 5 by watching it.
yeah, I was watching horror at 5.
That's why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
Dad, we watch this every year. I've
Yeah.
seen this 18 times.
You're only 5 years
Wait,
old.
you're-
How did you watch it 18 times if you're only 5?
do you know me?
Yeah. Just put on loop that whole day.
We watched it 18 times in the past hour. How did we even do that?
Hey, speed watching is a thing.
Yeah, no. Wyatt does it constantly.
But I think
I've updated to ×2 speed. I no longer have the patience for 1.5.
wow. I think, but Halloween, it used to be fun, and that sounds bad because I feel like it makes it sound like it's just a dead holiday.
Well, it used to be fun because we were kids and had no responsibilities. We weren't at work.
That's true.
You know, this Halloween,
Yeah.
like my entire, I work in a call site and there's several floors.
Mhm.
So we're having a floor-wide potluck, which I'm not participating in because I don't know them people and I don't want to eat their food. But they're also having like, little contests for like best costume and best, decorated cubicle and stuff like that. So they're trying to bring the holiday spirit
Mhm.
in there, because it's a soul-crushing job.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most people, you can't decorate your work area
No,
at
I
the
can't.
hospital.
I have 2 desks that I work at. So it's
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants.
no, this is because I have to jump between 2 spots all day at
Oh.
work.
Oh.
So I'm in one building, then I'm in another building, then back and forth all day. Yeah, I get work like a slave. But I couldn't decorate it with stuff that I wanted to decorate it with. It's just like, I don't know if I want to go talk to that guy. He's supposed to take my money?
I came here to get healed.
That guild.
It's that holiday, and people use this reasoning. It's that one night of the year that you don't have to be yourself.
You can be a slutty vampire.
Or a crazy cat lady.
Like I was hoping to become an adult and be able to stop wearing the crappy Spider-Man costume, with the fake padding in there, or like the Power Ranger face mask, not
yeah.
even the helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I get to be an adult, I'm getting a full helmet, and then become an adult and.
That's what they make for adults too.
So now I gotta
But,
pay my water bill.
But it's like
Rent's gonna be due tomorrow.
but it's like for the past 2 years I made some pretty decent costumes, right?
Mm.
But no one else is really into making or wearing high class costumes, and people got bills, but when I see good costumes I gotta go to a convention.
Well, there was that one year we went to Mom's friend's Halloween party,
Mm.
and there was that those 2 people that dressed up as clowns.
Yeah, those are really
Yeah,
good.
Those are really good
good.
costumes.
That's what I was expecting, because I watched a lot of Halloween movies where they're always at a party and some of those costumes are pretty lit.
And you go to, you're an adult, you go to a party and goes, all right, so when's the serial killer get here?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Fun times. I'm depressed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go be a kid again.
Let's go. Let's go.
No,
make
No,
some
no,
costumes
I
and-
kind of just, I don't want to go back to my childhood.
Your childhood wasn't terrible.
Yeah, your childhood was fine. You only got picked on by
Me.
everyone.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to go back to my childhood.
It wasn't that bad.
I'll just stay secluded in my room as an adult.
Okay.
That's healthy.
Well, he can drink now. So.
Oh, okay. That's even more healthy.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god.
You know it's working because of the bird.
When it doesn't burn anymore, there's a problem.
Are you taking
He's
your
gonna
emotions out?
switch to stronger stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly. Eventually I'm going to upgrade to moonshine, and then just pure rubbing alcohol.
This got depressing quick.
So we're raising money for Phil's rehab. If you would like to contribute, we'll leave a link below.
Just dial the number 1. We started a Patreon and a Kickstarter.
And actually,
By the way,
I'm actually
happy
starting
Halloween.
my own thing. It's called Kickstopper. I'm kickstopping this whole rehab thing. So if you want to donate money to that, that'd be great.
You like that? You like your little joke?
He just did the old man laugh.
I just like the idea of a Kickstopper to pay money to stop something from being produced. I think that's hilarious.
Oh man.
But let's keep Halloween alive in some way, shape, or form. Whether it be you're marathoning your movies, you take your kids out to trick or treat, you put on costumes for no damn reason. Oh, speaking of, I have a quick story. Back when me and my brother were little, my parents decided that they wanted to spend Halloween at home and didn't want to take us out. Me and my brother had costumes. So we put on those costumes, and my parents had tried to take an intimate bath. So, they're trying to take a bath together, and they got candles around the tub and all that crap. Me and my brother kick in the bath, bust in, Happy Halloween, and I, what the fuck? Again, two big black people in a twin-size tub in an apartment. It's hilarious.
I can just see them. I can see your parents like fumbling around.
There's water everywhere. But that has to be my favorite Halloween.
I think my favorite Halloween story is just kind of a compilation of looking back at my Halloween costumes. I went as Pocahontas twice, Mulan. I went as Jasmine.
Every girl but one.
So like I look back and like, oh, that's not PC though. So yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all.
I just want to create those type of memories for Halloween with my kids.
If I want to do that for my kids, I would hand sew them a Pokemon costume.
Like that's what I hope. Like,
Have you seen that picture of me, Wyatt? Of me in the hand sewed the Pikachu?
Yeah.
Okay. That my grandmother made me.
We need to post this on the video. This is gonna be the thumbnail for the video.
This could be the
5-year-old Phil as Pikachu.
Yeah, with my mom, there's a red lipstick painted on my cheeks.
And I know I can find my Jasmine one. I saw it the other day.
What were you saying?
Like, when I get kids, I do want to like go over the top with their costumes.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like, it's holiday, and my kids are gonna be like, what is happening? No, you need to calm down, mom. Like, I'm like, ah.
You're gonna kick in the door of your
You
kids.
start spraying pumpkin spice, air freshener.
Like,
While they're trying to
I want to make
sleep.
costumes with like moving parts and stuff. Make one a Reinhardt, fully working Reinhardt.
How are you gonna get the
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
hammer? The hammer in itself.
I'll figure it out.
There's
YouTube
time.
videos. They'll show you.
Dad, I don't want to celebrate Halloween.
This is-
Shut up!
You're gonna
Put on the costume.
It's like, this costume's 50 pounds.
This be more than 50 pounds. Do you know who Reinhardt is? That thing is like a full mechanized suit of armor that adds like 2 times the person's body mass.
Oh, dear
I told you in January to start working out.
God. I wanted you ready.
Why don't you have a 6-pack yet?
My abs don't work that way yet.
I could see why I wanted to do full-fledged, like, studio quality costumes for his kids every friggin' year.
Well, I'm gonna with my daughter. I'm gonna stick to Brave and Cinderella and Elsa.
You don't have to be PC.
I mean,
You really don't have
Well, it's 2018.
I don't care.
when a blonde girl's running around dressed like an Indian, like
I think
That's racist.
Brave is cultural appropriation. That's Irish.
Scottish, which I'm like 1/4 of, so it counts.
I don't know. I think but that's one of those things because I'm just me. That stuff. If my little black boy wants to go around and play Spider-Man, sure, why not? And it doesn't have to be Miles. He does not have to be Miles. If he wants to be Peter Parker,
Black
he
people
can be Peter Parker.
are already Spider-Man. I always thought it was like, just regular, a
Just
mixed
regular
group.
people?
Regular people?
No, a mix-
Wait, what does that mean?
No, I mean a mixed group of people who are Spider-Man at like convention. No, they're all black.
Every single one.
Every single one. Except if you see Silk, it's usually an Asian girl.
Yeah, but even if I had a daughter and she wanted to be Silk because that's the Spider-Woman that she likes, I don't mind.
Yeah, but that's okay. I I can't do that. Y'all can do that. Let's be clear.
That's right. I saw an Asian chick be
What
Black
about me?
Panther
Can I
at
what?
one convention? So yeah,
Okay.
she's like a
Let's just be
female
clear.
Black Panther, and she like takes
I
off her
can't.
helmet,
Everyone
and
else
this
can.
is Asian chick.
Okay, I'll say this. Even if the rest of the world would be offended, I wouldn't be offended if Caitlin decided to do
Listen,
Shuri.
my
If-
kids are gonna be even whiter than I am. Did you see the man I married?
It's like, I wouldn't be offended if she decided to do a white Shuri. As long as she does Shuri right.
Oh my
That's all I
gosh,
care.
Shuri's my hero. So
But I am one of a few. So, the rest of my folks, who the fuck is this white girl walking around dressed as Shuri? Whoa, calm down, dude. It's a costume. It's just a
I can
day.
go as Gamora because green's okay.
Until 2022.
20 XDX.
Yeah, okay, so keep Halloween alive, kids, because it's my favorite time of year. I think it's everybody else's. They enjoy it, you know, but keep it alive. Kidding.
Caitlin's distracted
Taking
by our
cute
cat.
pictures.
Oh
Again,
my God.
again, I'm DevTheDoc,
I'm Caitlin.
I'm white.
Maya.
I'm Phil.
and we will see you guys next time.
Why
Happy
take-
Halloween.
Happy
Happy.
Halloween.
Have
Halloween.
a spooky one out there, y'all.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween.